Before we begin, a quick favor. If this podcast has been meaningful to you, would you consider leaving a review? It really helps others find the space. And if you haven't already, you can download your free IFS meditations at exploreifs.com. Welcome back to IFS Meditations and Insights. I'm Tim Fortescue, your guide on this journey toward wholeness through the lens of internal family systems. Together, we're creating a sacred space to explore, accept, and love all parts of ourselves. As we do this work, we open ourselves to experiencing divine love and living more authentically. Let's begin. Today I want to talk about something simple, not flashy, not groundbreaking, but foundational. You've heard me say it before, just a drop of self. Not enlightenment, not total calm, not becoming a different person, just a drop. And how that one small shift can change everything. One of the most common things I hear from people is some version of this. I just want to stop being this way. Stop being reactive. Stop overthinking. Stop shutting down. Stop getting so anxious. Stop feeling so much. And underneath that wish is usually a part that believes growth means elimination, or there's a part saying, if I've healed enough, this won't happen anymore. And those parts are often responding to those parts that say, stop shutting down, stop getting so anxious, stop feeling so much, etc. But that's not how it works. In internal family systems, we understand the mind is naturally multiple. There are parts of us that manage, parts that protect, parts that react, plan, numb, criticize, and soothe. Nothing is wrong with you for having them. We all have them. The suffering doesn't come from having parts. It comes from being blended with them. And here's a key: in not knowing it. Let me share a moment from not long ago. It was a weekday morning, one of those slightly chaotic family mornings that I imagine a lot of you or some of you may know well. Kids getting ready, backpacks, shoes missing. And if you're in a place where there's a winter climate, snow gear. Someone couldn't find something important. 2 minutes before we needed to leave. And I can feel that anxiety, that surge, that tightening in my chest. And often I have a part, there's actually someone that's pushing to get out the door, and I'm saying, we've got time, and often we do. There's a lot of anxiety. And I notice that tightening in my chest. I'm not being respected, understood, listened to, or I'm being disrespected. And there's urgency. And that quiet inner voice, why does this always happen? I have a part that really wants to be respected, valued, understood, and heard out. And when things don't cooperate, that part goes into overdrive. In that moment, and in those moments, I feel myself starting to take on its tone, sharpened voice, short answers. Just listen, because I said so. Come on, stop talking. And frustration builds underneath everything. Now here's the important part, or maybe I should say, here's the important aspect. We mention parts a lot. Nothing dramatic happened. No one stormed out. No one slammed a door. Well, Or did they? But internally, I know I was blended. And then something small shifted. I noticed it. Noticed the urgency. Noticed the tightness. Noticed the part working so hard that wanted to be valued and respected. And I didn't fix it. I didn't tell myself, come on, just get over it. We'll deal with this later. You've got young kids. Makes sense they disrespect from time to time or they don't listen. I didn't reach for some spiritual override. Just be calm or just breathe and you've got this. I just quietly said inside myself, oh, there you are. That was it. Just a drop of self. A little space opened up between me and the urgency. And in that space, I could feel what that part was actually trying to do. It wasn't trying to control my family. It wasn't trying to prevent chaos. It was trying to be heard, to be understood, because it hasn't always. And it was trying to protect me from the pain and the stress of when I'm not respected or when I don't feel valued. And when that part felt seen, even just a bit internally, my tone softened. Not because I forced it to, but because I wasn't fully blended anymore. The morning didn't become perfect. Yeah, there was some screaming and yelling in the car, but it became human. We can sometimes think self has to be big or feel big. It has to be all calm, centered, radiant, unmoved by anything. But in real life, with kids, work, responsibilities, and stress, self usually shows up as something much quieter. Here's some examples of what a drop of self is. Self can be, I notice I'm overwhelmed right now. That noticing, that's self. Self can be, there's a part of me that's really reactive right now. That little space between you and the reaction, that's self. It doesn't take 100%. Never you ever get to 100%. Let me know how you did that. It doesn't take full embodiment of all 8 C's. It takes one moment of awareness, one breath, one internal sentence. There's a part of me. And the moment you say that, you're already less blended. Here's what I've learned. Over time and through real experiences, when parts feel unseen, they escalate. When protectors feel ignored, they get louder. When we shame them, they dig in deeper. But when they feel noticed, truly noticed, without being corrected, something shifts. Even if it's subtle, the system relaxes a little.